Well, well, well. What do we have here?
Yeah, you're listening to the Smoked Meat Podcast. Kind of takes on a whole new meaning with my guest today. Oh, man, I'm your host, Brad Pittman. We're brought to you by Joe's Underground at the corner of 8th and Broad in Augusta, Georgia, in the bottom of the Lamar building. Joe's is such a great place. You can go there, meet new friends, hang out with old ones, or just chill out. Jeremy and the gang make you feel like you're home every time you go in. And make sure you're going down there. I goes to Joe's and so should you. Joe's Underground at the corner of 8th and Broad in Augusta, Georgia. Today, we're doing the Clown Motel Day. And this is the culmination of my interviews so far. We've heard from Angela Joseph, Thomas Churchill, the man himself, Joe Kelly, and now, God help us, we've got Hammy, Mr. Johnny Perotti, here on Smoked Meat. And if you have seen the movie, you'll understand why the name of the show is just tearing me up right now. If you haven't seen the movie, you better get your ass on Amazon Prime or go to Walmart and get the DVD or get it somewhere and watch it, and you will laugh at this joke hard. Whew. But well, we're gonna get this beast kicked on off here. Here we go. Here we go. Let's get this thing on with Johnny Perotti, Mr. Hammy here on Smoked Meat. So, how the hell are you, Johnny?
I'm good. How are you?
Man, if I was any better, I would be twins. Oh yeah. Yep, I have been looking forward to this one. I've interviewed a bunch of the folks from Clown Motel, and when I talked to them, I said, "Man, I'd love to talk to Hammy." And finally, they have hooked Daddy up. The
Well,
only
good. I
clown I've
appreciate
seen
it.
that's more disturbing than my clown Murray. You got me beat, man.
That's all the brains of Joe Kelly.
Oh man, Joe needs therapy.
That's for sure.
But yeah, I love that movie. It was so good because I love a good horror movie anyway, and that one just had so many different elements to it. And the way we were introduced, oh, just tell me one thing. I don't want to spoil it for anybody that hadn't seen it. Please tell me that there was an asshole in craft services who served ham sandwiches for lunch that day.
I actually, funny story is Joseph Kelly. He bought three of them that day, and he tried to serve two for dinner.
The secret's in the sauce. Oh man. Oh man, that's beautiful. That is beautiful. I think me and Joe may be kindred spirits. I'm not sure. But oh man, yeah, like I said, I love the movie, and it's funny because nobody just likes clowns or don't like clowns. They either thoroughly are terrified of clowns or thoroughly love them. There's no in between.
Yeah, when I was younger, I was terrified of clowns.
Oh man,
And I started to like them more as I got older.
yeah, yeah. The way I got into clowning, I actually used to teach fire safety as a clown. The state paid me
Oh,
to go to
okay.
clown school.
No kidding.
Yeah, because I mean, as a firefighter, I may have somebody's attention for 10 minutes if I'm up there talking about stuff. But as a clown, man, you got them all day long with these kids. They'll listen to anything you say and be able to parrot it back to you. And
Good. I mean, I guess whatever works, right?
yeah, and my dark side kind of took over when I wasn't on stage with the fire department and Murray was born. But yeah, Murray's a lot of fun. I have fun with him. Of all the videos I do, he's the one that's kind of a release for me because he has no bounds. So, oh yeah. But yeah, I know you're, like I say, y'all are filming, are about to start filming Clown Motel 2.
Yep.
So,
A couple weeks. I'll be heading out there to start filming.
so Hammy is back. Oh yeah.
Back in and even worse than before.
Oh man. Oh, I can't wait to get my script for this thing. Which, when I get my script for it, I'll be able to see it. So, oh man, this is gonna be rough, but I'm looking forward to it. So I know you do a lot of paranormal stuff. How was it? How was it filming out there? Did you get anything? Because I know you had to investigate. Man, if I was getting to stay out there, I would have to investigate that joint.
Well, we had we had a couple things that happened within our room. We had some stuff fall off a shelf. Uh, Blankets get pulled off the bed, which was really kind of weird. And then one of the other actors, uh, Wes, for some reason, every time he'd come into my room, his ears would get like bright red and like red hot, and he couldn't stay in my room. So he had to leave. It was weird. We still don't know what really caused that. I didn't get to investigate as much as I wanted to, just because we had such a busy schedule. Like I was had to be in costume every day.
Yeah.
This time when I go out to film the second one, I have a couple days where I don't have to film at all. I'm actually gonna bring some of my equipment out and do some lives, and some investigating while I'm out there.
Oh man, yeah, you definitely have to keep me up to speed on what you find because man, that is just. I would love to go out there and be able to investigate. Just if nothing else, just for one night.
Yeah.
So that would be so cool. But now, in the movie, if you had one clown that just creeps you out worse than any of them, aside from Hammy, who would it be?
From Clown Motel.
Yep.
Um, Probably Crank,
Crank was pretty good.
just because he comes across as like such a gentle, nice looking clown, and he's really pretty evil and terrible inside.
Yeah, a little bit. Um, I tell you who got me was I keep thinking that is um starts with a G.
Gundalaya.
Yeah, Gandalf. I couldn't pronounce it to save my life just then. But yeah, I don't know, just something about him, just man, just creeped me.
Well, Denny who plays Gundalaya
Mm.
denies he's a little like Gundalaya in real life.
Oh man.
So yeah, it's a great role he plays, but he's a little nuts. He's a real good friend of mine,
Hmm.
but he's a little crazy too.
Oh man, I don't know what it was, just Gandalf, just man. But but yeah, I think my favorite line in the movie though was, "Well, what do we have here?"
That's the one that started it all.
That was a beautiful introduction. Oh yeah, it was just beautiful. But but yeah, I mean everybody that I've talked to from there, is the neat thing about what I'm the vibe I'm getting anyway is it's not a huge production. It's more of a almost feels like a family going out there and having fun.
Yeah, I mean it was definitely very fun. Real small crew. We all became pretty close. I'm good friends with Joe. Outside of this, that's kind of how I ended up in it.
Hmm.
But he definitely took me out of my comfort zone and pushed me to my limits to try to, I try to create the character to the script that he wrote. And it was tough at first, but I think I started to get into it better as we went.
Yeah, cool, cool. The tassels killed me, by the way.
Yeah, that was actually kind of funny. So the pink hat and
Hmm.
the tassels had nothing to do with this movie, weren't even supposed to be in it. Nicholas, Clown Envy, one of the makeup artists, he
Uh,
had brought some of the dolls that Gundalaya holds,
hmm.
and the party hats were on the dolls, and so was the pink hat. And he was my roommate while we were at Clown Motel,
Hmm.
and I just happened to take the pink hat off and start playing with the party hats, and Joe saw it, and next thing I know, I had to wear them.
So note to self: be careful what you do on
Yeah,
set.
I won't be playing around with anything this time.
Oh, he's probably gonna bring a box of stuff just to set it out there, just like bait, just to see what you grab.
Oh,
Like,
I'm
oh,
sure.
what's this? Oh, that's what you're wearing in the next scene. But it's got batteries. It don't matter.
Nothing would surprise me at this point.
Oh man, oh man. And I know he was telling me about another one that he's got coming up. I think compatible.
Yep,
Uh,
compatible. Yeah, I'm in
yeah,
that one as well.
yeah.
Um, did a little small role. I think I still have one part to film still.
Hmm.
But I play a kind of a little dirty pizza shop owner that judges the contest in that.
Hmm.
Just a,
Nice.
just a little small role, but that movie, I'm actually kind of excited to see that because I didn't get to see any of it be filmed.
Uh huh.
We kind of filmed it on our own, like our own scenes. But I like the storyline, so I'm interested to see how that one comes out.
Very cool. Yeah, he was telling me about it. It sounds like it's going to be pretty good. And
Yeah, sounds like it for
like
sure.
I say, anything I've heard from Joe and talked to Joe and everything, his mind is he's got a gift.
Yeah,
But
yeah. Some would even say he's special.
he is special. That's putting it mildly. Oh yeah, he is definitely special. Oh man. But we talked a little bit, of course, about the paranormal thing, and I love doing ghost hunting and investigations. That's so much fun to me, and I know you're big into that too.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
definitely really fun. I kind of got into the paranormal when I was younger with some of the experiences I had. I'm on a TV show that's on, I think it's on demand right now on Travel Channel. It's called My Paranormal Nightmare.
Mhm.
The first episode is actually on me and my brother, and our experiences with the paranormal as kids.
Mhm.
And that kind of led me, as I got older, I was terrified when I was younger, but as I got older, I kind of decided I wanted to research, what exactly was causing that. Basically, just, spirituality and what happens after you die, and see if I could get some answers to the things that I witnessed and dealt with as a child.
Mhm. Yeah, and I didn't get into it till a little bit later in life, and I actually had a friend of mine that moved down from Ohio, and he asked me, the shows that had been on TV. He said, "Have you ever been ghost hunting?" I was like, "No." He said, "Come on, I've done that before." And we just kind of started doing it, and at first it was just a goof. I'm like, okay, I'm going ghost hunting, and I got my first EVP, and I'm like, there is something out here, so let's see what we can learn.
Yeah, I mean, when you start getting things, a lot of people they're like, "Oh, is there really ghosts? Is there really that?" And you can't really explain it, so you experience it, and then you have to figure out an answer. You're like, There's nothing else that can explain what I just saw or the response I just got,
Yeah,
except for that, there's got to be something after you die. There has to be spirits or energy, something that remains to be able to give you these responses and these visual, events and things that you see."
yeah, yeah. Because I mean, I've been in places where I go as almost a skeptic, but a believing skeptic. But I play devil's advocate. I always look for, okay, what could have caused this, because something did. And if I can't find the cause, then there's something going on.
Yeah.
Because I look at everything, and it's
Yeah,
funny.
I have a little bit of ability. I wouldn't say I'm psychic because I don't know how to hone in on it fully, but like I can get little visions or things that happened in buildings. So a lot of times when I go to a place for the first time, I don't want to look up any information on it. I don't go on walkthroughs. I won't do the tours with the rest of the team or anyone I'm with. And then I try to just go through blind
Yeah,
and see what I feel and then try to validate it. A lot of times I validate what I'm saying, like, "Oh, you said right here during the walkthrough, it's exactly what you just said." So I try to validate it that way.
yeah, yeah. Because I mean, that way you don't have any good preconceived notions. Because I'm the same way. When I go somewhere, I just like to go,
Yep.
and I'm not one of those people that believes everywhere is haunted, because everywhere isn't. And
Yeah, absolutely.
I understand what you're saying about being able to sense things. I mean, because I believe once you start opening your mind to things, you get more sensitive. You start understanding and feeling things, because I'm the same way. Um, and it's kind of creepy when you finally figure out that it's happening,
Yeah.
but it's cool too. I dig it.
Yeah, I
Um,
feel like if you give off energy, welcoming energy, or you're interested in it, sometimes spirits can pull off of that and it helps them manifest or makes them feel comfortable, trying to give you an answer or whatever, information you can get out of it.
yeah, yeah, and I tell you what's rough with me though is, have you ever had anything follow you home?
Yeah, I did actually. It's pretty bad. It made me. It's from the Hinsdale House. It's called around here. It's been on a bunch of TV shows. Pretty famous location. But when I first started, I went there a couple times and I kind of just opened myself to anything. I
Mm-hmm.
didn't do any type of protection. I kind of just let it go. But when I came home, something had definitely followed me. I woke up one night, and there was a woman sitting on my dresser. I had another night where I had woke up because I heard a window smash and I saw somebody coming through my window. And then I kind of like snapped out of it and the window was back to normal and nobody was there.
Mm.
And everything that I saw and every like dream I was having, it was all related to Hinsdale. So I had a bunch of friends in the industry. We kind of cleansed everything, tried to get rid of it. And it took about a year before I started investigating again. And
Mm.
then I just decided, be more careful and not open myself up as much. And I haven't really had any issues since, luckily.
Yeah, yeah. I've only had one thing follow me home, and we've got a place in near Augusta where I'm from. It's called the Rock House. It's built late 1700s, oldest freestanding structure in Georgia. And we had permission to go, and when we went in the back door of the basement. And it's funny, we rolled the recorders the whole time. We had at least one going, and when we walked in, I said something to my partner, and on my EVP you can hear Pa, a little kid.
Wow.
And several times throughout the thing, you'd hear it ask about Pa every time I would talk. And we had a guy and his wife with us who it was their first time, and he wanted to try ghostwriting, which I don't believe in because you're sitting there holding the pen. It's just
Yeah.
too easy. So I said, all right, we'll do this. I'm going to turn around. I'm going to hold up some fingers. You put down how many I held up. And I held up three. And, of course, some jackass wants to get it on record. And they said, he's got up three. I'm like, oh, thanks. Let's do it again. And you shut up. So I held up three again. And, of course, he did 3 marks. And they were scraggly little marks. And I said, okay, we're going to do it again. And I held up my paramedic gang sign, which is a 911. I do with my fingers. And
Hmm.
on the tape, you can hear, why a 9, Pa?
Wow.
And, about a week later, I was at home and I was feeling bad. And my wife and kids wanted to go see my in laws. So I said, y'all go. I'm staying here on the couch. I'm not going anywhere. And a little while later, I woke up and I called my wife. I said, why didn't you take Maddie with us, which is our youngest daughter? And she said, I did. I said, no, she keeps on running up and down the hallway and hiding from me, and it's pissing me off. I'm just wanting to go to sleep. And she said, no, Maddie is here. And she put Maddie
Wow.
on the phone. And this thing followed us to our next house. She never did anything bad. She would turn off the laundry room light several times. But that's about the only
Wow.
thing I've had follow me because like I say, I'm real good about protection when I go. But yeah, I don't do the spirit writing and the Ouija boards and all that. Cause you can open a door easy. You can't close one for shit.
Yeah. Yeah. I agree with that.
But yeah, um, that's when totally blank. But yeah, I hate when that happens. But yeah, we talked a little bit about Gravehouse Productions. That's your new company going on.
Yep. So that's a company I started. I was with Paranormal Crossroads Live. We were, doing live shows on paranormalwarehouse.com, and we kind of just split up a little bit with everybody trying to do their own thing. So I started my own Brave House Productions, and basically I've been focusing on a lot of like documentary style. Like I try to kind of tie in like serial killers to the paranormal, things like that.
Mm-hmm.
Um, just kind of taking actual events and tying in what I could get spiritual wise from that.
Mm-hmm.
And then I've been just guest investigating with a ton of different teams all over the place that have asked me to come and investigate. I did an event this past weekend at Wildwood Sanitarium in Salamanca, New York. Kind of like a little meet and greet and fundraiser to try to raise some funds because they need a new roof on that building.
Mm-hmm.
But we did an investigation there at night as well, and it's a great place. And I don't know, just fun going around focusing on that. I kind of stopped the documentary that I had started because I got permission to film at night,
Mm-hmm.
and there was 2 separate kids after I was filming that the next morning they happened to drown in that area 2 different days.
Oh.
So I kind of put that on hold for a little bit, just out of respect, for the family, and hoping to get that started up again though. So I want to really finish that one and get that one out. That one's mainly about Arthur Shawcross, the serial killer.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm almost finished. Just a few more things I want to get on that before I will edit it and get it out to everybody.
Very cool. Very cool. Yeah, I'm gonna keep up with it because man, I love this stuff. You know, I like this. I'm gonna rephrase. I love to see this stuff well done because I mean, you
Yeah,
have
I
so
try
many.
my best to keep it as real as it can be.
Yeah, you know, you have so many shows that you know you feel like okay, that bump was just the cameraman just kicked something. Okay, whatever. And I just a lot of them I don't believe. And but I love it when one's done really well and just you know it shows respect for what's going on.
Yeah, a lot of the big networks, they ask these guys, they go in to a place for a few days and they don't get anything, and the production companies are like, well, we have to put a show together, so we got to make something happen.
Yeah,
And that's why I kind of liked when we were doing the live show. It was legit live, like it was interactive. You saw everything as we saw it. You could type in, have us ask EVP questions, tell us where to go. There's no editing, and there's maybe like a 3 second lag
yeah,
at the most. So anything that happened, it really happened.
yeah. And that's what I like because, like I say, I mean, this is you know what it boils down to is you're asking something that you normally can't see or hear to show itself and to kind of help you understand what's happening.
Yep.
And it can go one of two ways. It can be happy that you're doing it, or you can really piss something off.
Yeah.
So, man, I'm glad you do it that way. Now, what's your if you could go investigate somewhere and they said, all right, you can only take one thing with you, your favorite piece of equipment, what would you take?
Hmm. Probably, I'd say a voice recorder more than anything,
Yeah,
because you can't really. It's pretty hard to manipulate that.
yeah,
Where a lot of the other equipment, I'm very basic. I go more old school. I don't like a lot of the fancy stuff. I'm not going to use some of these spirit boxes with a word bank and playing off the radio because you don't know if you're picking up the radio.
yeah,
You can't. It's too hard to decipher what you're getting. Where with a voice recorder, it's pretty hard that you're going to pick up anything, radio frequency wise or anything else unless you're using something like that. So I rely on those and more of my personal experience. That's why I like doing it live.
yeah.
That you might see something I missed, I might see something you didn't see. I just really enjoy doing it that way.
Very cool. Now, do you use a digital recorder or you use an old school magnetic tape?
I've used both. At this point, I use a digital recorder, and then usually, my buddy Joe has one of the DR60s.
Mm-hmm.
They're like thousands now.
Yeah,
But there's no filters. It's just a straight up recorder, no filters of any white noise, and sometimes they're hard to hear, but man, they get some of the best results.
yeah. Yeah, like I say, this one I've got is a DR40X, and I'm aching to take it out. I just haven't done it yet.
Yeah, I've tried a bunch of things. I actually I had went and I reached out to this guy on eBay from China, and we kind of made a very simple, I guess you'd call it a recorder, but it does 20 seconds at a time. There's no filters. It's not really even put together. It's kind of just like a little circuit board
Mm-hmm.
with a button and some speakers, and I use that once in a while and get amazing results. But you're limited to 30 seconds at a time, and it will only play back once. So you kind of want to have another recorder recording it, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. But you know, I love recordings because I mean, you get stuff that you know I've gotten stuff had a digital and a magnetic one sitting side by side that the digital didn't pick up, but the magnetic did,
Yep.
and that was pretty cool.
A
You
lot of
know.
the newer recorders, the digital ones, they have so many filters built in to actually take out background noise
Mm-hmm.
that I have a feeling that a lot of them are actually just wiping out any type of spirit voice or noise because it's kind of made to do that.
Mm-hmm.
So that's why I try to stick with the older ones. Ones that have less filters, I usually have way better results.
Yeah, yeah. Oh, very cool. Well, you know, when you come to Georgia, we're going to have to go somewhere and hunt. That's all there is to it.
Yeah, absolutely. I'd love to come down and check out some of the spots down there.
Yeah, I know Savannah is, it's called the most haunted city in the country. And I've gone on a couple of good things down there. I've got some friends that live down there now that are looking for me some spots that aren't the ones where, like, we did the Gribble House experience, which I'm sure you saw that on Ghost Hunters or Ghost
Hmm.
Adventures. That was a nightmare because, you know, it. When I do it seriously. And basically, we were in a big warehouse with a dozen other people running around with equipment they had no idea how to use.
Yeah.
It's the middle of the summer and 300 degrees in there, so I did not dig it. So,
Yeah, that's a lot of public ones. It's just all contaminated noise. You can't get anything.
yeah, yeah. But we will find a good place to go, and I will feed you because I
Perfect.
cook. Oh yeah, I've got a 25-pound brisket and 30 pounds worth of meat to make jerky with waiting on me at my house in Thompson. So,
All right, I guess I'll
oh
head
yeah,
there instead of Clown Motel.
man, oh man. But yeah, I'm looking forward to part two coming out. I'm looking forward to everything you're doing coming out. 'Cause, man, you have been hustling. You've been throwing down.
I've been trying to work on as much stuff as I can. I'm pretty excited though, and I read the script over a few days ago for number two, and Joe just really put a lot of time and effort and thought into this one. I
Hmm.
actually think this one's going to be a lot better than the first one.
Hmm.
Um, as long as everyone involved can, act out the script the way it's written, this should be a great movie.
Yeah, yeah. I just can't wait to see Ron portraying a general because Ron is
Me either.
awesome. I love him and Jimmy so much. They're so great.
They really are two good guys.
Yeah. Oh man. Well, like I say, you're welcome on here anytime. All you gotta do is holler and say, "Hey, fat boy, let's record," and all you gotta do is plug in and hit a button. We're there.
Perfect. Anything I got coming up, I'll let you know for sure.
Cool. Cool deal.